Kiss 105.3, it's Gainesville's #1 hit music station. All right, throw on those headphones, man. What is your name?
Jonathan Toning.
Jonathan, and you are the last person on the Kiss 105.3 Dream Job competition for this morning. I think we still have 10 people for tomorrow, something like that. So thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
Now you have, I remember your video, it was supremely well produced.
Thank you.
You had all kinds of great stuff in there, and if I remember correctly, you've got kind of a background in TV and stuff?
Yeah, I've been doing TV and radio stuff for a couple years now.
Really? What got you into the field?
Be honest with you, my sister's ex-boyfriend, so that worked out pretty well for me. He's kind of like was doing stuff, and I used to do shows in Ocala playing songs and stuff like that. So he's like, "Well, why don't you check out this and see?" And we just been doing it ever since. So
gotcha. So your sister's ex-boyfriend, are you still pals with him?
Yeah, we're really good pals. So.
Why did they break up? He didn't cheat on her, did he?
No, just separate ways, and I didn't ask too many questions.
Who's older, you or your sister?
My sister is 4 years older than me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Okay. Yeah. Is your sister married now and happy and all that stuff?
Yeah, she's happy, living the dream up in D.C.
What does she do?
She works for George Washington University. She's the director of events.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big stuff there.
Yeah, really good Christmas presents.
Good work. Nice.
I'm very proud of her.
So you live here in Gainesville now?
Yes, sir.
Have you always lived here?
No, I'm from Ocala.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Well, that's still North Central Florida. I mean,
yeah, same area.
I will say this: Ocala and Gainesville are two separate worlds, don't you think?
Pretty much, yeah.
What's in Ocala?
A movie theater and a Five Guys Burgers, and that's about as good as it gets.
That's it.
But I love Ocala, but
Yeah, and a lot of horse farms.
A lot of horse farms.
And a lot of old people.
Quite a few. You see them on the roads, walking aimlessly. It's a pretty cool scene. So.
Well, my experience, I've driven through Ocala, and it's like with the number of old people, it's kind of like my hometown of Sarasota. And when you're driving down the road, I haven't seen many wandering aimlessly, but I have seen a lot of blue hair sticking up over the steering wheel,
Yes, yeah.
and the two little wrinkly knuckles holding onto the wheel for dear life.
Yeah.
And that's it. So how is that person seeing out the windshield?
They're not, and that's what's fun about it. It's like go-karts constantly.
It's bumper cars is what it is. So drive at your own risk in Ocala. But yeah, so you live in Ocala still, or are you here in Gainesville?
I live in Gainesville now. Went to school here, and just graduated in May. So
gotcha. What's your degree in?
Advertising, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
In radio, actually. So
you want to be behind the mic, or you want to be in advertising sales?
I would rather be behind the mic, I think, but
could go in either direction.
Yeah.
The salespeople are the ones that drive the nice cars. I'm just going to tell you that now.
Right. Yeah.
Around the world and in your backyard, these are the headlines.
All right, stick around with me, man. You're going to be in this break.
All right.
The FAA had a huge computer problem that caused a bunch of delays recently. This story comes out of Atlanta. The FAA says there are widespread flight cancellations and delays nationwide because of a problem with their computer. This is the thing that collects airlines' flight plans, and you'd think that this would be pretty bulletproof and have backups and stuff, but yeah, their Dell went down, so now we can't get to our destinations.
We're probably hearing a lot of stuff from Mac users now. You need to get a Mac. Everybody needs a Mac.
I wouldn't want to be Kathleen Bergen this morning. She's the spokeswoman for the FAA. She says she doesn't know how many flights are being affected or when the problem will be resolved. Thanks, Kathleen. Please help yourself, members of the press, to some coffee and some donuts while I tell you the crappy news. By the way, they say there's no danger to flights in the air. So if you're listening to us on your web phone or whatever,
reassured.
Don't worry, you're not gonna have a fiery death. Well, at least not due to this problem. This is awesome. There's a new device that could help boost heart failure survival. It's not a pacemaker. It's actually a fuel pump. Basically, it's a heart pump that shows the potential to become a brand new, widely used, permanent treatment for people who have severe heart failure. This is going to affect a lot of older Americans, so probably your parents, your grandparents, people like that who may be dealing with this.
People in Ocala.
People in Ocala.
Great news for you guys.
Perk up. By the way, we may not be able to afford it, at least not yet. This thing is called the HeartMate 2. And it has some drawbacks, like, I don't know, the $80,000 price tag.
Might be a little bit unaffordable, right?
You could buy a townhome.
Stephen Hawking's, go for it.
You could buy a townhome, or you could buy an $80,000 heart pump. By the way, it's $45,000 for the surgery because hospital stay is necessary to put it in. Is the Obama health care plan going to pay for this?
It's hard to tell right now. It's looking like some changes are happening. But
where do you stand on the issue? I'm just kidding. Don't answer political questions this
Yeah,
morning.
Yeah,
Here's another healthcare thing, because healthcare is on the minds of so many people these days. There came out something in the news today that there's new guidelines for breast cancer screenings. Mammograms that women are supposed to do. The U.S. Preventative Service Task Force issued new guidelines on Monday night. They said that women over 50 need to get them once every other year, but women under 50 don't need routine mammograms. And this is totally different than what we've been told for years. After you're 35, after you're 40, you should go and get mammograms every year. Well, the good news is that even though the task force experts are government appointed, they're not defining public policy in the federal government. That's good news. The other good news is that insurance companies still cover these procedures if you want to get them done routinely, just as many doctors and health experts have said. So I don't know where these people are coming from, these people that say you don't need to get them done until 50 and then every other year. I don't know if they have their heads completely up their butts, but